experienced gender-based discrimination should be justified in committing misandry. We have come to this. I would like first to explain the keywords. One is gender-based discrimination. We as the farmers have decided to describe gender-based discrimination as favoring of other sexes, especially men, excluding the women. Then, misandry is the hate of all men. A person where the person is in a situation where he actually has complete hate for the men. Then, we say gender-based discrimination can cause trauma, which makes women who are victims to this evil, even let's say if a lady is raped or she has been discriminated according to her biological features, this woman will have that hate, that too much hate that he won't even want to look at a man in this case. And then we consider this to be a mental disorder, and therefore whatever a woman does in this state should be justified because she's not doing it because she wants, but the condition, the discrimination she has faced has forced her to call out misandry, so she should be justified. So comparatively, it is not common for women to resort to misandry. Such a mental disturbances, such a mental problem is considered a disturbance. Every person who commits a crime because of the influence of anything else rather than when she's in her normal status is considered, even in Uganda, as long as you're mad, as long as you're facing trauma, as long as you're not mentally stable and you do something, nobody acts against you.
When you do this, it means I'm up to your last 5 seconds, so I mean, but since your alarm has already run, oh well. But thank you. There's no break time.
Retiring speaker, I have one question for you, and I need yes or no. One, would mental disturbance result to wrong judgment?
You know, when you're mentally disturbed, you're not judged.
The two competitive sides and the August House, a good evening. Well, this house believes that women who have experienced gender-based discrimination are justified in committing misandry, and I clearly stand before you to strongly negate this resolution. Why? Misandry is never the solution to this. First of all, when they were defining some of the key terms, the key few terms within this resolution, they define gender-based discrimination as favoring other groups, other sexes, especially men by women. Now, who is favoring the men? She never told us who are favoring men, therefore we never agree with such a definition. And for us, we are defining gender-based discrimination as prejudice centered on one sex or gender, though it mainly affects women or girls, and emphasizes also includes the belief of one sex or gender is intrinsically superior to the other. And then the other thing is that one of judges during the cross-examination, she was asked, would mental disturbancy lead to wrong judgment? And she was left into a pandemonium of perplexion. She was confused. She had no answer to give it what? To give it to us. But if we are confused, does it mean that we should go and look right? Does it mean that we should go and do anything? We are saying that misandry shouldn't be the solution, but instead provide proper solutions to these women. Let us rehabilitate them. They shouldn't hate men, because if they do hate men, won't we be calling upon misogyny? the hating of what? The action of men hating what? Women because of the prejudice. We shall be welcoming about what? Misogyny. Therefore, we need what? Peace to prevail within the society. How can peace prevail when women are against men and men are against women? We just need to do what? To rehabilitate these women. And then, Your Honor, misogyny still results into what? Into hate crimes. Well, as she has said herself, how it results into these hate crimes. When these women are mentally perturbed by the men, when they are tormented, when they are molested, and you know, not each and every one of us within the society have the same reasoning capacity. Some are uneducated. Now, imagine misandry being committed onto a what? Onto a lady who has never gone to school and she has never gone through the counseling and the rehabilitation. What do you expect to happen next? She's most likely to cause physical harm to this gentleman who has brought about the molesting onto her. And then the other thing is that discrimination is in both ways. Yes, promoting inequality. Well, as I've talked to it, women discriminating against the what? The men, that is the misandry. And then the men themselves also hating the women, that is the misogyny. Where shall we be going? What kind of world shall we be what? Living and living into? And then, as I conclude, we, as the negators, conclude by saying that misandry shouldn't be the solution to gender-based discrimination. Hence, otherwise, let us get to do what? Get to help these women. Let us rehab them. Let us prepare counseling sessions. Because in the long run, a woman shall have to what? To forgive a man. I mean, as she has said that it is psychological. I can harm you, I can insult you, but it is normal, it is okay. You have to get annoyed towards me temporarily for a small period of time, but after, you forgive me, just as the way misandry, it is the hatred. After some period of time when they are healing, they eventually forgive the men. I rest my case.
Okay. How do you understand to whom it is?
Yes, it is directed towards men, misandry.
All or a small amount? All or?
Yes.
Is it directed to all men or a single?
It is directed to men.
All men.
By women. Women who have experienced gender-based discrimination, according to the confines of the resolution, are the ones who are justified to what? To committing misandry, as you are saying, but we are saying it shouldn't be the solution.
Second question.
Go ahead.
Is it a widespread phenomenon in your estimation?
Go ahead.
Is it a widespread occurrence?
That is why we are saying, as you have said, misandry is psychological. With time, it does what? It heals. Therefore, never widespread. I rest my case.
Existing to pull women out of what I'm going to call gender-based discrimination is physical. We're talking law is going to put these people into prison because they acted in the influence of what? They acted in the influence of a disorganized mind. We are considering them sick. You see, we are considering them as special case. When a blind man kills you, seriously, what are you telling us in court? Will you say that, you know what, she saw me passing and then she had the knife at me? No. They are acting outside their normal setting. So we're saying it's gender-based discrimination and especially the kind that affects them mostly psychologically. So this will cover up for all the gaps created by all the other measures that have been brought to mitigate gender-based discrimination. And lastly, as I sit, I do not agree with your point that you will reason with them, that there will be love. No. That love will come after you are in pain. Yes. So these people are not normal. They need a solution. And for us, the rehabilitation thing is what we are standing on. But we are saying that when they commit this crime, they should not be taken to court. That will be worse. That will not be justice. It will not be fair. When they commit the crimes out of that influence, we should consider them like a man who rapes a kid out of the influence of a bad mental setup. You see, he's mad. So with that, I would like to conclude by saying it will cause to, if you are going to penalize them for every crime they commit, every single crime they commit, despite what circumstances, we are going to be grossly unfair, and that is not going to be anything close to pushing towards gender equality. I rest my case.
It seems like you're contradicting yourself. We need the right statement. Is misogyny psychological or physical?
We have limited it to psychological.
You have limited it to psychological. Then why did you call it physical?
From
Panel
the
of judges, please take note of that.
The
other question.
Those people,
the other question.
yes.
You are trying to insinuate that women who are tormented, who are tortured by these men are what? Are mad. Is it true? Are they mad or?
They become mad because of the torment.
They become mad because of the torment. So the torment causes the madness.
Especially if it affects them psychologically.
I'm going ahead.
Yes.
Tell me anything within the Ugandan constitution or within the judiciary which encourages revenge. In other words, which encourages the thing someone has done to you to also do to them the same thing.
I know that it's not in order for the court to judge people who are mad.
So panel of judges is violating the rules of the judiciary. He's saying revenge is accepted. I rest my case.
The question is by who?
Has a large good evening. So, misandry. Now, during the last cross-examination, we asked the pre-current speaker from the affirmative side. So a woman tormented is mad. And so every person that commits misandry is a mad person. So apparently misandry leads to what? To a mental kind of breakdown. So every person that has gone through misandry is actually mad. They are saying they are allowing rehabilitation, but then also commit their crime. But then also we are taking care of the mental health issues of these women. So you're taking care of the mental health issues by allowing them to commit a crime. Good thing you've admitted that this is a crime. But apparently we cannot take them to court because they are mentally disturbed, so every mentally disturbed person should go around raping people. Every mentally disturbed person should go around killing other people. What are we doing? Are we solving something, or are we creating more chaos in the society? So as we, the negative side, we are saying misandry should not be the solution. We give them the point of rehabilitation, which they later come on and take up. Misandry should not be the solution, because if we are saying that women should hate these men who commit gender-based discrimination against them, we are leaving out the men that are actually also go through gender-based discrimination. It's as if we are saying it's only women. Because if we are promoting misandry, automatically we call upon misogyny. Because it's not going to be one way. It has to balance somewhere, somehow. So misogyny is going to come in. Because allowing misandry creates inequality. Inequality has always created chaos in our environment. And then we are saying misandry will do what? Misandry turns into hate crimes. They said it themselves. This woman is mentally ill, so she's going to probably kill another person. But we are not supposed to take her to court, remember, because she's mentally disturbed. But we are saying, we have courts of law. We have judicial systems. We do not have laws that pertain to just one person. A mad person should not be excused to kill another one. And we asked them, could misandry actually lead to wrong judgments? Could a mental issue lead to wrong judgment? What if this woman has wrongly judged this issue? Isn't she committing a crime by killing another person? And then we are saying, so if they tell us that it is okay to commit misandry, please, it is also okay to commit misogyny. And we are saying, let's take care of these women. The only way and the right way to take care of the mental health of these women is if we offer them counseling. Is if we offer them peaceful measures. We have organizations and institutions in our countries that actually do that. The churches do that. We have counseling sessions in different hospitals, family departments in the police stations. So this can help tone down on the fact that misandry is actually not needed. I risk my case.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
You said this innocent person should be taken to court. How do you want the judge to reason with a person with a mental problem?
That's why we
Who
give
is
the,
under trauma?
that's why we give the prevention before the cure. The court is
What
the
was your
cure.
prevention?
But the prevention is rehabilitation.
And do you believe that almost all the measures adopted in the commission have
They do, but should we allow crime? Because they have root.
Then how are you going to justify this lady? How is she going to feel justified and brought back to...
So justification is in killing another person?
No, justification is allowing her to... Hate killing is not... Misandry is not all about killing.
You admitted we are
Let
not.
me tell you. Misandry is not all about killing the men. We can have misandry. If I come and quarrel you and say that you did this to me and I hate you, I have not killed you, but I've cried out misandry because I've expressed my hatred for you.
Okay, the district commander is disagree.
Yeah, but not that every mental disorder person is going to kill a human being.
We're simply going to weigh the debate, give the clash points, and then define why we have won. Again, my second speaker talked about a special case. Voice. She mentioned, rephrase. My second speaker highlighted the question of the special case. Again, I asked the scope of misandry. It's a very isolated problem. Any woman expressing misandry within, let's say, a country in which discrimination is prevalent, right? To the point where you create a spectrum of behavior that is against all men generally. That kind of isolated situation requires attention. That's the attention team affirmative is giving. Now, again, we have characterized this particular problem as madness. I want to give a quote: all men are mad to some degree. So we gave a contextual idea of what we were looking for here. The question of that isolated occurrence is this: when a woman within this scope does something because, again, she has had a traumatic experience, our charge as a society is to ask why. If it is isolated, then she cannot be judged. When we identify, again, as the affirmatives have highlighted, when we identify a problem within a history, because this is a leap from a person experiencing gender-based violence, any form of discrimination, to practically hating all men. That's a scope change. That's a mental issue. And that's the problem here. When we speak of the question of balance and misogyny, no, that's not our groundwork. We could extend it to that. It's more or less the same question, but it's requiring attention. Now, as we assess the situation, let's consider this isolated case justified. That is our stand. We must get that. And yes, it is a hate crime, characteristically within your legal frameworks. But then when you trace it, realize that, again, it's an isolated problem. This woman, mark me, this woman is one of a kind in a scope of discriminated ladies. Again, we told you that we have recognized her place, within a society. And if she does anything outside the norm, right, we take her to a psychological institution, right? Because this is a problem that has begun to crop up within, especially the online world. And that is our stand. That's what Team Negative has failed to understand. Misandry is not a solution. It's an emergent phenomenon we still can't pinpoint. And that's where the problem comes in. It's a mental problem. And whatever spectrum is going to arise because of that mental problem still has to be studied. Therefore, it is justified not to increment them under law and to take them, as my current speakers settled, to study the problem. And that generally, basically, is our stand. Thank you.
The panel of judges, the two competitive sides, and the House at large. Before you, I'm here to weigh this debate. First of all, we as Team Negatives, we are saying that misandry should not be the solution to the problem. First of all, what I would like you to stress the team judges, it is that this misandry, it does not have any measurement to show that this one has a very short hatred and this one has very little hatred. It is not there at all. Which means that these people, if we support misandry, they are going to be advocated in other very many sorts of violence in the country. And this is not solving the problem. Team judges, at the panel of judges, please, I would like us to see more, to take a very long view on how this misandry is going to be stopped. First of all, Team Affirmatives, they said that widespread occurrence, that it causes trauma. And for this Team Negatives, we are saying that no, we don't advocate for violence in the society. Therefore, we are advocating for peace. Whereas these people are saying that it causes trauma, and for us there is no way of seeing this trauma. Then secondly, Team Affirmative say that it is a mental disorder. And for us we are saying, really, how since it is a mental disorder, why are you advocating for it? That means that we have to stand up together and look for the solutions of this, because you're not sure of psychological torture. Psychological torture, actually, it has gone wide throughout the country. People are dying because of psychological torture. It is widespread. Affects them psychologically. Yeah? Happens differently. Yeah. And another thing, they said that the second speaker defined misandry as physical. They are contradicting themselves. They are saying that it is physical, and at the same time they are giving us different things, which means that really, kind of judges, you see, this team negative, really, these people should come and join us. Yeah. Women are seen as animals. Yeah. Yeah, and we raised one question whereby we said that would mental disturbance result to wrong judgment? And these people are, go ahead. They were confused. Therefore, a panel of judges, I think these people should come and cross to our side.
I feel like you could have done more justice to this debate. I could have felt more energy. You know, you had 3 minutes only, and yet within 3 minutes, I felt like you had already exhausted yourselves.
That's the pressure. We're afraid that you cut us short, so we're limiting everything. Yes.
That's not how pressure works. Okay, if it works for you like that, does that mean it works for all the 6 of you the same way? Are you brothers and sisters? I'm sorry, I'm being mean. I'm just trying to say that we could do better, people. We could do better.